I'm not taking it personally or anything.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
worry
I
about
think
it.
I think our invites got lost in the mail.
Uh-huh.
I think is
Yeah.
what happened.
The
I don't
invites
know.
didn't happen. No, you weren't invited.
Okay, even better. Sorry, we just were flat out weren't.
Yeah, no, you just weren't invited.
Welcome to the Content Mill, ladies and gentlemen, and NBs, the show where 3 creators from 4 corners of the internet all get together to talk about what we are making and what we are playing. My name is Gianni. I am your host for today, and with me are 2 of my 3 co-hosts. First, we have Nate, heroic headgear, aka the waffle fry warrior. Nate, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing great. Thank you for bringing that back up. Waffle fry supremacy.
Nate is the waffle fry guy. The waffle fry guy had to bring that up. And then next we have Eric, Mr. The Human Plays. How are you today, Eric?
I'm good. I don't get a potato name, I guess, but that's okay.
I was trying to come up with. I was trying.
It's all good.
You were like shoestring fries, and I'm like, I'm trying to do something clever with that one.
Shoestrings are the most consistent fries, so they are my favorite because of that.
But also, like, where are they? I have been to so many pubs that they only ever have like steak fries, waffle fries, sometimes curly.
I feel like you don't see shoestring fries very often.
In-N-Out is a shoestring fry. So
is that a shoestring fry?
Yeah, it's a real thin fry. That's what a shoestring is.
I think of shoestring fry. I think of those like real floppy, thin ones.
It's the thickness. But yeah, I'm good. We're not good. This is not potato cast here.
Yeah. The shoestring soldier. There we go. That's what it is.
There we go. I'll take it.
Well, today we are 1 man down. Of course, Phil, our glorious Phil. Unfortunately, he's not with us. He was in a Mars First Logistics accident. He was furiously pressing his pointer finger on the mouse and shattered his finger into a million pieces. Yeah. But he should be with us on the next episode.
He'll be back.
That's what happened.
He'll be back. Yes. He will be back. Today, guys, because we are a man down, I thought, maybe it would be a good idea just to kind of check in with you guys, see what everybody's up to, what everybody's playing, some of the fun stuff that we've been into outside of just the games that we're playing. I know Eric celebrated a birthday recently. Very happy birthday. I want to see what all kind of shenanigans you're up to. I was out of town. I did some fun stuff. I think it would be a really fun time to just kind of dive into what we have been up to. But before we do that, I want to get into our run of the mill. This is our housekeeping section. I'm actually going to throw it to you, Eric, because we have some fun plans in the corner of the internet. I know we've been talking about the corner of the internet Discord the last few episodes, but we do have a really fun event that you have planned for everybody. So tell us a little bit about some of the corner of the internet events coming up in the Discord.
Yeah. So in the corner of the internet Discord, we do have 2 game of the year things going on right now. One is specifically for Cody, so it's like your game of the year 2025, whatever you would like it to be, and you just submit it, and at the end of the year, me, Phil, and Chris the Nerdlies, and Jordan Cognitive Clips from Cognitive Clips and Dido, they're gonna be with me and Phil talking about our top 5 games. This has been planned for a while, and that's why the other 2 co-hosts are not on there. They will be next year, and it's going to be monstrosity of so many people. And I'll worry about that in the future.
I'm not taking it personally or anything.
Yeah, no, I think our invites got lost in the mail. I think is what happened.
The invites didn't happen. No, you weren't invited.
Okay, even better. Sorry, we just were flat out weren't.
No, you just weren't invited. I'll be straight up with you. We'll have our own special TCM Goatee situation going on here. But if you want to have your stuff read on that episode that comes out at the end of the year, go fill that out. And then also for my show, Short Game Long Talk, we do our own. It's the Short Game Long Talk Game of the Year Spectacular, or the SGLTGOTYS. It's where we do all of our stuff. We cover all 13 games that we did, and put them in order from best to worst, and it's going to be an absolute bloodbath this year because I specifically only chose games that won awards this year. So most of those games are very good. So if you want to go and choose your favorite of the 13, that's also there too. And some discussions are already popping up, and I'm sure more and more will happen as Game of the Year season continues. So go there. You can find the link in the show notes, or go to cody.pika.page, which is coti.pika.page. Phil's not here, so I had to do it.
Yeah, we don't have him doing the sexy voice today.
Well, we should get it. We should get it.
That should be the soundboard.
Yeah, that's the soundboard for sure. That's the first soundboard. Is just Phil. Where can you find this stuff?
Cody.pika.page. Yeah, thank you, Eric. Appreciate you. Well, me and Nate, we're gonna do like our own Game of the Year show, and it's just you know what I mean. I don't know. Maybe you'll be invited. I don't know.
Do not take offense, okay? This is way before I planned this so long ago.
No, I know. We're teasing. I
will find the logistics to get everyone, and it's probably going to have to drop to the top 3 games just so it doesn't go 17 fucking hours long. Like,
well, yeah, because there's going to be like 8 of us at that point. Yeah, it's going to be pretty massive.
Just me and Chris alone are long time yappers. Like it's it's a problem. But yeah, next year will definitely be a monster Game of the Year episode, which I'm excited to figure out how to do that.
Do you have an ETA on when those Game of the Year conversations are going up on YouTube or on RSS feeds?
So Short Game Long Talk will be mid-December, and then the Game of the Year one might end up being like right at the end of the year. Just to coincide with literally the end of the year. Our cutoff date for that is the same as the Game Awards cutoff date, which is November 17th. So if you're like, why didn't they talk about Metroid Prime 4? Cog, because he wants that on there so bad. But I told him, no, the cutoff is November 17th. That's why it's not on there.
Well, he always has next year, which will probably be a lighter year.
Exactly. It's going to have a better contention, I promise. And it also gives me a whole year to play that game. Like, I wasn't going to play that in like 2 days.
Yeah. And December 4th just got pretty crazy with Metroid Prime. Then there's not Unbeatable. Elden Ring Night Rain got moved to December 4th.
The DLC.
Yeah, the new DLC. Yeah. And then there's a third thing that I think I'm blanking on. I can't remember what it is. I'll remember it here in a second, I'm sure. But yes, if you aren't already, make sure you go hop on over in the Discord. Aside from the Game of the Year conversations, we're always talking about what is on our mind. Like we said before, posting pictures of our cute dogs, our creepy cabins in the woods out in Norway, like I posted the other day.
We were very concerned for you.
I was just sitting there. It was like wake. Definitely creepy for sure. But guys, we got a show to get to. So before we kick things off on some of our creepy Norwegian adventures and our birthday shenanigans, I want to talk about what we have been playing. It's always good to see what we're doing on our off time, not necessarily what's for content. I wanted to start with Nate. Nate, what have you been playing recently that you want to talk about? Well, it could be something that you've been playing for the last few weeks. It could be something new. What have you been up to these days?
So I've been bouncing back and forth between, of course, because it's been coming out weekly. Dispatch just finished last night. What a game. Absolutely one of my favorite narratives of maybe all time when it comes to those Telltale-esque games. I think this is without a doubt S tier. Such a good time. And then while I was waiting for more episodes of that to come out, I've actually been learning slowly the Battlefield 6 Portal mode. I've been trying to dive in. A lot of my early gaming roots was messing around in Halo Forge.
Nice.
So having that, but Battlefield with scripting and all this new whole suite of stuff that you can do. I'm trying to build some cool community maps for Battlefield.
Nice. So that's what it's Portal is what it's called. Cause I thought, I thought, cause there was that one, do you guys remember that shooting game that came out like a while ago that used like portals as the main function in the? I don't remember.
No,
but it was a
I've never
multiplayer.
even heard of Battlefield Portal, so this is like I'd love to know about what this is.
Yeah, so basically it's a dev tool. So there are things like you can go in, yes, add physical elements and stuff, create a map like you would in Halo's Forge, but there's also scripting and other commands and things you can do. Some dude made Galaga like completely playable. You walk up to a vending machine, you press X, and all of a sudden actual Galaga pops up. Your controls change. It's got a bunch of like other assets from in the game that he uses as placeholders for stuff. So as of right now, like we're seeing, of course, the minimal things like that, like the people are trying to clone the Call of Duty Zombies modes and stuff, which you can do.
Yeah.
And then I think give it another 6 months and we're going to see some crazy like single player or co-op experiences made completely by the community.
Yeah. I've loved to see this like kind of resurgence in it's not even like mod based, but it's like in game character custom like created modes, maps and things like that. Say what you want about the Fortnites and even like the Robloxes of the world. My kids are really into Roblox, but the amount of just like user generated content that is coming out of games like this it's really, really cool to see. Because I feel like when I was a kid, I remember there was games like RPG Maker and things like that. You know what I mean? Where it was like
game.
Yeah. Whereas like as a kid, it was like, it was fascinating to be, well, I want to make a version of my favorite game. And now it's just built into so many of these games. So is this a feature new to Battlefield 6 or is this something that's been?
So it was in 2042, but that was, it was a very scaled down version. You couldn't do everything that you can now. It was more like, oh, look, you can use the future weapons on the Battlefield 1942 maps. And like, that was kind of the extent. Now it is, they give you all of the tools you need to build your own custom experiences. And like the scripting is the big deal here. So that's, people are getting in their Duffy. I've been reading the Reddits and stuff of people like, oh, here I coded this, and this to actually have like a point buy system to like emulate again that Call of Duty Zombies mode. It's getting nuts.
Yeah, let us know when they make PT because somebody always ends up making PT.
Someone always clones PT.
That was one of the first things. You guys remember the Dreams game on PlayStation?
Oh yes.
So one of the first things people made was PT, like so fast, and I was like, "You guys are crazy!"
Yeah,
and I've already been seeing updates of a dude making classic Doom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Of course.
You have to.
Yeah. That stuff. Another one that kind of goes under the radar because I mean it is a massive. It's the most popular video game on the planet, but it goes under the radar in the world of customization and stuff. But the GTA Online is like one of the early where they have like some of the best maps I ever played when I had my like little like 3-year stint of GT Online were all custom maps where it's like shit's just falling down a ramp and you have to run up it, or you have to do like crazy like skydiving stuff. Like all that stuff was so fun, and it's all made by community. So yeah, that'd be a pretty cool, like I'm always down to check out games that have like community maps like that because it's like,
I'm gonna need people to test anything that I make that's worth anyone's time. So
yeah, if there's people in the Discord that have the game, because I know some people that have it. You need some guinea pigs.
I need some guinea pigs.
That's cool.
I would be down to check it out, but the thing is, like for me, games like that, the draw is not always the multiplayer. I'm such a single player person, and I've heard nothing but lukewarm things about the Battlefield campaign. So I'm kind of like, that's the only thing that I'm kind of like semi holding off on getting Battlefield so far. But to your point, if like the user generated stuff is better than even the single player campaign that came with the game, then maybe it's worth checking it out. You know what I mean? Have you checked out RedSec, the Battle Royale mode yet?
Yes. Yeah.
How is it?
It's really fun. I have never been like a Warzone guy. I'm not a huge fan of like recent Call of Duties anyway. but this is actually like a good time. There's some really simple things that they do with it that it's like kind of no-brainers that I think makes it a little bit a step above some other battle royales. But it's not super hardcore. It is a lot more chill, hopping in with 3 other homies and just goofing around. It feels a lot more casual and enjoyable of a time than the Warzone get in and sweat your ass off and then get sniped from someone a mile away and get down immediately and you're back to the lobby. This is it's a pretty solid time. I could definitely see there's things they need to improve, but for now it's good.
That's always
as long as it works. I know that was like super highly anticipated was that battle royale mode, which is awesome. Nate, you talked about dispatch too. How are you liking dispatch? It sounds like you said you rolled credits already.
I finished it last night. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The last episodes came out literally yesterday at time of recording. So,
and what's the verdict there now that you've rolled credits?
I'm running it back this weekend.
Wow.
It's so good. I've got to go back and make all the other choices that I didn't and see the different outcomes, because that is there's a lot of permutations.
I think that's what we talked a little bit off mic, like right before we started recording, and I didn't stream it because, the licensed music and just like wanting to go at my own pace and stuff like that. But for the most part, I probably will stream it again on that redo, right? Because I'll already know like, oh, what's different. But yeah, I think it's episode 1 and 2 are pretty like linear for the most part.
Yeah,
but like once you hit 3, 3 and 4 are crazy. You're like,
yep.
Oh, this is like this is early, and there's already stuff where it's like, oh, this is gonna drastically change the rest of this playthrough.
Major divergences and like things that at the end it does during the credits, it gives you like a little breakdown of like, oh, you and this percentage many players actually chose this, and in that you can kind of see the like, oh, if I didn't do this, then that would have happened. I'm real excited to go back and like actually see that play out.
Yeah, let me ask you, when you play games like that, do you play like how you would make those decisions, or do you play, this always fascinates me, or do you play like how you think that character would make those decisions?
Definitely more the character. I try to keep it as like, so the main character, Robert Robertson, phenomenal name. I love it so much.
Roberto Robertson.
And I tried to keep it to what made the most sense given the context of the situations they put you in. Like there are some options occasionally that would come up and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Who would ever do that?
Yeah.
That I'm going to go back and do, but in the moment doesn't entirely make sense. So I tried to, like keep it as what would be the quote unquote canon playthrough, you know?
This is also something I've been playing. I'm 2 episodes behind because I was out of town last week, and then I had to then came back home on Monday, so I've had like cleanup stuff. So I'm going to play all of it either tonight, tomorrow, sometime soon. I play these games especially with this group of people. Gianni, like the group, the Phoenix team, right? They are a bunch of shitheads. I am a behavioral health specialist by trade who worked with foster youth. So I played this as myself and basically
heal the homies.
Basically was my goal. I was like, oh, you guys are going to get some tough love. This is going to be great. And so far it's been awesome. I'm halfway through, and like the decision you make at the end of episode 4 was like such a organic, cool decision for me that I don't want to spoil. And I think that would be probably a good episode to do like a spoiler cast on in the future. I'm sure we could get Phil to play it. I'm sure he's not disinterested in this game. So that would be a cool one to do a spoiler cast on, because I would like to just know like what we did on our first playthroughs at the very least. Yeah. Because holy shit. I'm gonna probably cover it on Short Game Long Talk too, because my co-host reached out to me. She's like, "Hey, my roommate says we should play Dispatch." I was like, "I'm already like 4 episodes in. Yeah, I'm down."
Let me ask you, because one of the like common complaints, which there were so few and far between, but one of the common complaints that I heard on some of the podcasts that I listen to is that there's not enough actual dispatching in the first few episodes, but that was first few episodes. Is that something that kind of picks up after that point, or does it really kind of turn into it's not really about the dispatching so much as it's about the choices you're making and the decisions you're making?
Every 2 episodes, so there is dispatching every single episode, but every 2 they like introduce something new that keeps it fresh and stuff. So like with the hacking, there's the bits of dispatching the heroes and like sending the best hero for a job, etc. But then there's bits where it's like, oh, you have to actually go into a system and do a little hacking minigame. And in that, every time you do it, it introduces something new that's like an extra challenge or something that like makes it easier for you. And the same with the dispatching, there will be bits, without spoiling anything, there's going to be times where like, oh, it's easy, I send this hero for this because that makes sense, this hero for this. Then others that it's like, oh, I can't send these 2 together because they're beefing and they will sabotage each other.
And that might be because of something you did. Like it might be influenced by you, not just a story beat. It's like, no, you fucked up this thing. So now they are at war with each other. So they won't go together. It's really
the
crazy.
Dispatching is affected by the choices you're making during the like majority of the game.
Yeah.
So you're managing their abilities and personalities at that point.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I have a PTSD right there.
I have a theory that they will release like very similar to Inception or Inscription, where they did Casey's mod, which basically just turned the state, like there's 3 acts to Inscription, and it turned act 1 into a infinite roguelike that just goes on forever. Yeah. I'm like, I feel like they could, they will be dumb to not do something to make
one where it's just like, here's just dispatch mode. You don't have to, there's none of the narrative and you just go in and do that mode. Right. I would love that.
Because it's very addicting for sure. Yeah. Like that was when I streamed the demo when that came out over the summer. And there was a point where I was like playing it and I like something clicked in my head and I was like, oh, this game's going to be a problem. Like this is, I knew this was going to be like up there for my game of the year just on that alone, because it is so clean.
Eric, who's your favorite hero?
I mean, it's at this point in 4 episodes, there hasn't been like a ton of standout for me personally, but the easy choice that I will make right now is Invisigal, or formerly known as Invisibitch.
Her villain name was Invisibitch.
Yeah, I love her. But the other ones, they're all good characters. Punch Up is pretty close as a second, because just having Jacksepticeye screaming at me is hilarious. But yeah, none of them have had that opportunity to stand out yet, as much as Invisigal, because she's more story focused than everybody else in the first 4 episodes. But I'm sure in the next 4, we'll have somebody where I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, they all get a moment to shine,
right?
And a few moments. My favorite, Golem, is the homie. The fact that Golem's just a pile of mud. And he was brought to life using magic, and he's the most nonchalant, like chill dude. And there's some dispatch calls where like it's not really a spoiler, but he shows up late and he's like, "Sorry, y'all, I'm not 100%. I took some gummies last night, so he's a little slower to dispatch and stuff." And it's pretty funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of good moments with him for sure.
Are we thinking this is a GOTY contender? Because you guys are really glowing on it. It sounds like.
It's definitely a contender. I will not make a decision until it like has stuck the landing at the end. Yeah, but it's definitely on track, right? It's like those shows. For the longest time, I had Attack on Titan sitting outside of my top 5 animes because I was like, thanks to Game of Thrones, I will not say a show is my favorite until it's fucking over.
It's over. Yeah.
So like the second the finale, the final movie of Attack on Titan finished, and I was like, cool, loved it. Top 5. Like that's basically where I'm at with this game. There's certain games though, you play and you're like, holy shit, this has to immediately go in, right? But a story one that needs to stick the landing at the end is definitely like, okay, I'll pump the brakes a little bit until for sure it's there.
It's so crucial. It's funny because you can have a subpar start, But if you nail the ending, like it can be an all timer. But if it's the other way around, like it just doesn't get the same grace because it's like, what was it all for if you can't nail the ending? So that's a great point. That's a great point. Eric, I guess we'll stick with you, dude. Like, what else have you been playing other than Dispatch?
So I played Gris, which is a old, I think 2018 game. It's like a walking simulator platformer puzzle game.
Gris. I was like John Travolta.
Gris.
Yeah,
Gris.
Is that the one that's same developers as Neva?
Yeah.
Yes. So originally it was going to be a doubleheader episode featuring cognitive clips on Short Game Long Talk, where we were going to do both of those games. But then I started playing Gris and I was being blown away by this game. And I was like, I do not want to go into an episode with both of these games in my head. I want Gris to have its moment where I have no idea how good Neva is. And I talked to Cog about it. He's like, that's a good idea. And I was like, okay, sick. So Neva's getting bumped to next year. But holy crap, there was like so many times just like full body chills playing that game. It's a hard game to talk about because it's just like visual and beautiful and everyone should play it. But there are multiple like full body chill moments. There are times where I was just sitting there with like tears welling up because it was so beautiful. I mentioned multiple times in the Discord that it's just like, this game's so beautiful. It makes me want to throw up. Like it's just like, it's insane how visually stunning this game is. But yeah, have you guys ever played this game?
No, I've only played Neva. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I played a little bit of Neva. It was one of those. It wasn't that I disliked it. I just didn't stick around after the first half, I would say. I did always mean to go back to it because I know it's short. Gris, though, always interested me because I love that like watercolor art style that it has going on. I just never I just never got around to playing it. But I mean, hearing you now, it might be something that I think it's only like $10 or $15.
Hey, you can probably get a bundle discount too on Steam or something. Where do you have Neva? On
Xbox. I have it on Xbox.
Sometimes they do bundles, like you can get a discount. I think I got both these games for like $10. It was crazy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but it is definitely a game. It's available literally everywhere. Like you can get it on your phone too. If you have an Apple Arcade, it might be on there for free too. And yeah, it's just like, man, it was very funny when I started playing the game. My wife was behind me, like on the couch reading, and I had my headphones on, and I like started it up, and she's like, "Is this by the same developers as like Journey?" And I was like, "No." And then I like later on playing the game, I was like, "Holy shit!" Like it's not, but it fucking feels like a 2D Journey at points. It's crazy. So I was like, "This is a crazy." That was a crazy called shot that she had.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great game. Everyone should play it. It's very cheap.
Have you? So you mentioned moving Neva to next year. Have you played Neva or have you? Okay, I was going to ask what your comparison was.
This was the first time I played Gris. The first time I played Neva. If Phil was here, he would speak on the fact that he thinks Gris is better than Neva, and especially in the art department. So I just know that for a fact. So there you go, Phil. I know you're not here, but I wanted to get your possibly controversial take out for you while you're not here. Had to have you covered, but yeah, it's a very good game. I was very impressed with the whole thing, and I was like, I don't know how they did like half the stuff they did visually. Like it's like, how did you make this? It looks like an animated movie, but you're like playing it, and I was like, holy shit, this is crazy.
Yeah, I might have to give that. How long did it take you to roll credits?
4 hours.
Oh, so it's short because I know Neva is also short.
Yeah, it's super short. It was very quick. You can get it done in one sitting.
I might have to. Nate, what was you mentioned that you had played Neva, and I know they're obviously same studio. What did you think of that? What are your thoughts on games like this?
Yeah, I loved it. I played it when it came out, so it's been quite a few years now. But I do remember it being emotional and loving my experience with it. It's not something that I'm like still thinking about, and if you didn't mention it here, I probably wouldn't be thinking about it for a while. But good game.
Yeah, no, they're definitely stunning. I know.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a sit down and just take in the visual
vibe.
beast. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Cog has bought it like 5 times. So like Neva specifically, because he bought like the collector's edition, the base edition on basically every console he has, and then like a Neva Gris bundle. Like the dude is addicted to buying Neva specifically.
They're good games. I know there was some discourse around Neva's gameplay, but the time I had with it, I enjoyed it, especially if it's in these shorter games. Like I can kind of like forego like. Oh yeah, I can forego any like gameplay issues if they don't they're not outstaying their welcome at that point. But I liked the gameplay too, so
yeah, no, it's definitely that. There's a fine balance of like, it's a little jank, but it's only 4 hours to get through it. Where it's like 10 hours, you're like, oh my god, okay, I'm over this. Yeah,
exactly. Anything else you want to call out? You've been playing, Eric?
Yeah, I just finished a terrifying horror game called Fear the Spotlight on stream. Ooh. That game. I'm so bummed I didn't play that the year it came out. It's super good. If you haven't seen it, it's like PS1 style graphics with like I would say more Silent Hill-esque. Like it's very Silent Hill, Resident Evil, but there's no combat. Like if you're in danger, you're in danger, and there's nothing you can do about it. And it's basically. There's 2 chapters, and chapter 1 is you play as a girl named Vivian, and her friend Amy both went to break into their high school in the middle of the night, and it's around 2010, which I pegged early because I was looking around, and as somebody who was in high school in 2010, I was like, this all looks real familiar. And so I was like, okay, they have cell phones, but they're not high tech. They have flat screen monitors, but they do not look very high tech either. So I was like, okay, we're somewhere in like the 2008 to 2012 range, and I was correct. Which was very funny to be like, this looks like my high school. But then they do something you'd never do, which is they messed with a Ouija board
hell no
at their school, where I think 20 kids died from a fire. So
right, of course, classic.
Amy gets taken, and you're kind of teleported into like a weird like hellscape version of your high school, and you just have to solve puzzles, evade monsters and one specific monster, and escape, and then you beat it that way. And then it's like, oh, there's a chapter 2. I thought this whole time, I knew there was a second part, and I thought it was chapter 2. Like I thought it was the B-side, like Claire and Leon. Yeah. I thought it was that, but it's like a whole ass, almost feels like a different game at points, where you play as Amy and you experience what the hell she went through, which is a completely different circumstance that you would have thought it would have been based on the first playthrough. And I was just like, oh my god, this game is like, it covers like just that teenage awkwardness, it covers LGBTQ relationships, it covers multiple deaths in the family, divorce, addiction, like it covers all this stuff, and it's terrifying on top of all of that in a way that like is done so well. I don't think there's a single jump scare in the game, like not a single one. There's certain ones where you're like walking and then like a little creature will like run past, but no like jump in your fucking face. Like, oh shit. Yeah. It's all vibes. It's all like there's one character design that every time I came across it, full body chills. Cause I was like, God, it's so fucking creepy. There's you might've seen the clip of me talking to Chrissy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those little fuckers, every time I saw them, freaked me the fuck out. Really good character design, made by 2 people, a husband and wife, 2 people, and then originally, and then obviously they had a full team to help like polish it up and stuff. But insane game. It was so good, and I can't believe I got it for free on Epic. That was what the whole kicker is. That was free on Epic. They did a ton of free games, and that I'm bummed that I didn't play it the year it came out, because it was real good.
It was just recently though, right? Yeah, it was last year.
No, literally, dude. It was like,
because this was part of that whole like Blumhouse push. Mm-hmm. I remember Blumhouse had like a really big push on new games that they would be releasing, and I remember this being one of them.
This was like fate. I was literally like, okay, I have one day, because I finished Bloodborne a week early, so I was like, I have one day for Halloween to like do one more creepy stream, right? And I was like, man, I'm penny pinching a little bit right now, so I have some old horror games, but I really wanted to go back and play Fear the Spotlight, because I played the demo a year ago, and I literally had to stop because it was so scary. and then 2 days later, Epic free game, and I was like, holy shit, okay, cool, we're doing it.
Oh yeah,
It's awesome. Yeah, it's a Bloomhouse production, which is crazy. Like that if they are putting out games like that, they have another very strong arm of their creative realm.
yeah.
But it makes me want to play Crow Country, which I know you've played, Gianni. But that old school graphics made me feel so like cozy and terrified at the same time. So I think Crow Country. I'm gonna take a little break from the scary games. I'll probably play like Tome or something like that to like fucking cleanse myself. But I think Crow Country is gonna be up there too pretty soon.
Yeah, I was able to pop into one of your streams for Fear the Spotlight, and that was the first comparison that I drew.
Yeah,
was Crow Country. Because
you were there when I got grabbed from a distance, huh?
Yeah. So I was able to watch one of those streams, and I was like, okay, this is. I love when they're able to take something that's like not conventional and still make it scary. It's kind of like when you watch an old film that still stands up in its horror sensibilities, because it's very easy to be like, old movie is old game is old, I've moved past this, it doesn't scare me anymore.
Right.
But when you're able to still replicate that feeling with that look, it's just so fascinating to me. And that was my experience with Crow Country. I was like, I feel like I'm playing a game that would have scared me 30 years ago, but not now. But here I am, like, kind of freaked out playing this game. You know what I mean? So when I popped into your Fear the Spotlight stream, it was the same thing. I was like, oh, this is freaky, dude. They were able to kind of make that mid to late 90s look feel like you were playing it then, and you were scared. It was freaky. Though those little guys or whatever they were, like on the top of the shells.
Dude, fuck that.
I was like, fuck. Like, I'm glad you're the one playing it and not me.
The funny thing about that situation is you're completely safe. Like, I was in no danger, and I knew that, and I was still scared. Like, I knew they were not going to do anything to me. They haven't done anything to me the entire game, and I was still terrified of them. And then the thing they do the best, like, honestly, is like they make it very obvious what your next thing is that you have to do, but they also make it, you realize, like, when I do this, shit is going to hit the fan. Like, there's a moment where they talk about you have to turn the AC unit on to clear smoke out of one building. And then you go to the breaker box, and it's like, okay, you have to solve this puzzle. And then there's a note that says, you just came through the gymnasium. And it's like, okay, we only have enough power because the new AC unit's so strong, we only have enough power to switch on. You can either power the gymnasium or the other room that you need to switch. And so you're like, okay, I just walked through the gymnasium, and it was creepy, but it was brightly lit. And you're like, I have to switch this, but now it's going to be pitch black in there. And you're like, oh fuck, like, I have to do this to continue. And this whole time you're like, just like, all right, I got to do it. And like, now you're just like expecting the worst. And of course, like, yeah, terrible things happen when you do it. It's just like, oh, the vibes are immaculately terrifying. Like, I was so stoked. Like, every time I was like, man, this is so good. Like, they did such a good job.
Man, I just went through that same sort of thing with Dead Space in the remake. There's all these different sections that's like, okay, you have to put power to this area. Do you want to turn off the lights, or do you want to turn off the gravity? I'm like, oh man. Like,
yeah, that's that stuff. When they put it in your hands, like, that's when you're like, fuck, okay, I'm choosing my poison here. And like, I think it does such a good job. And like, another thing is they've gotten you used to the mechanics of like your walking speed, your movement, how slow, and like how slow you are when you crouch and everything like that. So you're like, when you see a scenario, you're like, oh fuck, like, I can only go this fast. Like, I can't, there's no little
outrunning any faster.
There's a little saunter, but that's about it. Like, and you're like, oh my God, like, fuck me, dude, this is awful. But yeah, it's a great game. I recommend it. It took, I think it's 5 hours total with both chapter 1 and 2. And yeah, it's awesome. It's a really, really good game. I would buy it if I didn't get it for free. Like, I would have gladly paid however much that. I think it's on sale now, because I think whenever Epic releases a new game or a free game, I think Steam usually throws it on sale, because they're like, you don't have to go to this Epic game store.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah.
But those are the games I've been playing, and Dispatch, which we already discussed.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Well, I'm excited to check that out.
Johnny, how about you? What have you been playing? What have you been doing?
Yeah, so a couple games I've been playing. First, I wanted to I reviewed on my channel, but I wanted to give some love to Keeper,
Right.
which came out the middle of last month. I did roll credits on Keeper, and guys, this year has just been such a fire year for just artsy fartsy games that know how to make the frog in my throat just, you know what I mean? Keeper is one of those ones where it's a Double Fine game. I don't have too much history with Double Fine titles, so I'm not going to act like I'm like a long-standing Double Fine fan, but I know what they, you know, I know what the public opinion about Double Fine is, which is they make weird, incredible games that are just so off the wall and bananas. They deal a lot in things like mental health. Is a big running theme. Keeper is one of those games where there's no dialogue. There's no specifically black and white story that's written out for you. It is so much this is totally up to your own interpretation. And I'm the kind of person, when I roll credits on a game, I'm like, what did the end mean? What did this thing?
Yes.
And it's like, there's when you do that for Keeper, there's like 20 different interpretations that you could take away from this game. I have my own, but I cannot sing praises enough about Keeper and just this year in these artsy fartsy tear jerking games. And Keeper is one of those games. It's about, you play a lighthouse who has legs and is kind of controlled at the head by this weird seabird or whatever. And you both are on completely different missions. The seabird's name is Twig. Twig is like outrunning these weird monsters, and the lighthouse is just trying to make it to the top of this mountain. And somehow those stories kind of like intersect at one point. It's also one of those games where the marketing does not, like Expedition 33, I'm glad I avoided any spoilers, because the marketing does not reveal a lot of insanely cool gameplay moments and things that you never would have expected based on the trailers. I finished it in like 3.5 hours. A lot of people are reporting like 5 to 6, but I was on the shorter end of the spectrum, which is never, I'm always on the higher end. I'm always like going way over the how long to beat, but I beat this in about 3.5 hours. And I would say if you have the time, it's on Xbox Game Pass, if you still subscribe to Game Pass, which I don't blame you if you don't, but it's an incredible game. I don't know if you guys have played Keeper.
No, it's $30. I just checked on Steam, so that's not too bad. Especially for like, it is like a full, it's technically a AAA studio. Like Double Fine isn't it? And it's published by Xbox Game Studios. So it's like AA, AAA. It's close, but yeah, it's a beautiful looking game. I remember being like, what the fuck is this? When I saw the original reveal trailer. This has definitely been on my list of things to watch. I have it on my wish list, and yeah, you got a review code for this, or did you play it on Xbox?
No, this was all I really wanted to check out Keeper. I'm a real sucker for unique art styles. And as soon as I saw, and that was the other thing too, is like, I didn't really notice it until I was playing it, is there is this hand painted element to the environments, not necessarily the characters, because those almost have a borderline wooden or like claymation look about them, but the environments, they all look like they were dropped into this space at the end of a brushstroke. So a lot of the environments kind of have traces of brushstrokes on them. It's very cool.
Well, that's definitely, maybe Gianni, maybe that's your first appearance on Short Game Long Talk will be.
Oh, dude, sign me up. Yeah. I do plan on playing it again just because it's so short. In terms of like replayability, I feel I like when games don't need to be repeated over and over.
Yeah.
I think that like when things end and they stick with you. But I do plan on playing through it again just to it's when you formulate an opinion about something or a theory about, you know, how you interpret something, it's nice to kind of go back and maybe like validate it a little bit. So I kind of want to go back, replay it and go, oh, okay, that's what this meant, you know, at the end. And that's what this meant at the end. And that's what, so I do plan on replaying it, but man, what a hell of a game. And I compared it a lot to the Midnight Walk, which is also on my game of the year list. Two incredible walking
what's
simulators.
That one again? That one has like a crazy art style, right?
Yeah, that one's completely hand sculpted. So everything in that game is hand sculpted. Yeah, it's probably one of the most
that one
unique,
looks insane.
Yeah, that I played closer to the beginning of the year. If you haven't played the Midnight Walk, it's by Moonhood Studios, and they have everything. Every single thing you see in that game is hand sculpted.
That's an insane undertaking.
What a task. Oh my God.
Yeah, they dropped like a little documentary video about how they created it and how they imported it into the engine. And it's just so damn cool. So again, not something I'm playing now, but if you haven't checked out Midnight Walk, I talk about it every chance that I can.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a very cool looking game. That's on the list for sure. I think
another one where you'll end it and you're like, oh my God, am I crying right now?
Yeah, dude. I mean, look, my game of the year that I will not reveal here is something that made me like openly fucking sob at the end of it. Like that is it's hard to do for me. But when it happens, I'm like, all right, this meant something to me. Like this is a big deal. And so I'm curious about that one. That's another short one you said?
Yeah, Midnight Walk is a little bit longer. I think that one took me like 6 or 7 hours.
Okay, cool.
But also not terribly long. Anytime it's under 10 hours, I'm like, that's a 2 to 3 day.
Is it a little spooky?
Midnight Walk has some moments for sure. Yeah, Midnight Walk, Keeper not at all, but
just from that art style, there is
Midnight Walk for sure has some freaky moments.
Okay, cool.
But without spoiling anything, it's very much about like taking things that are traditionally horror, or ugly, or scary, and turning them into something really beautiful and really pretty. And they dive into those kinds of themes as well in the game. It's so damn good. Shout out to Moonhood Studios. You guys made a masterpiece. Yeah. Other than Keeper, I do also quickly, I want to touch on Pokemon Z2A, Z through A. Which I know we're going to get into here in a second, but I went on a trip to Europe over the last 10 days, and the whole time on the plane, I started a Pokemon, and I've said this before on this pod, but I was very much like a Gen 1 through 3 Pokemon kid. And then I stopped playing for years. It wasn't until Sword and Shield I picked up Sword and Shield. Loved it.
It's a good one.
Yeah, Scarlet and Violet came out. I could not get past the bugs that I was having with that game, so I put it down and never went back.
You don't have to catch the bug types.
All right.
Okay. All right. You know
it's a good type, though. It's a very good type.
Arceus never really clicked for me. And then something about Zzza was just, it was speaking to me. I don't know what it is. I like the idea. I think because part of me, my dream has always been like, I want like a be your own Pokemon gym leader game. Like I thought that would be so cool. Yeah, so something about this, like moving up the ranks in a competition and being which it kind of fulfills that same like Elite Four fantasy from the older Pokemon games. Something about it was speaking to me. Guys, let me tell you something. The battle system in this game, like I was saying this in the Discord earlier, this has to be the way forward. Like it's so good. Jake from Drop In Drop Out on their pod compared it a lot to Final Fantasy VII Remake, that action RPG kind of like choosing your commands on the fly, but you're also, maintain that real-time movement. And that is the best way to describe it. Not like perfect. There's definitely room to grow, but you're choosing your moves on the fly. There's no PP counter anymore. There's just kind of a refresh on your moves. You can use it as many times as you want. And then at the same time too, your character, you're also kind of dodging out of the way of attacks as well, because you don't want to get hit either.
I'm not 100% sold on that yet, just because the little bit that I've touched it, it feels more like you should be taking control of the Pokemon itself and moving around rather than your trainer dodging the moves and stuff.
I have a game for you if you want that. It's called Pokken Tournament, and it's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
If you want to control a Pokemon and kick the shit out of other Pokemon, Pokken Tournament is so much fun. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I think I think that is a very interesting decision.
It's a strange choice to be where like their attacks can physically harm you as the trainer, but then their trainer is just kind of vibing.
Yeah.
So there has
that's a good point. I didn't think of that. How come I can't fuck up their trainer?
Yeah, while our Pokemon are fighting, why can't we just throw down the gloves and duke it out?
Like, all right, we're boxing now.
You would think there would be some kind of advantage to that, where you could, damage the trainer enough and it like stuns the Pokemon. So if you have a Pokemon that maybe doesn't have a type advantage, you just like fuck up the trainer enough to get, See, just developing things. This is the first Pokemon game I've missed in 10 years. And there's tons of reasons for that, but I don't want to like be too like negative Nancy about it. But the game does look cool. Like I don't get me wrong, I will pick it up eventually, but the pre-release DLC announcement and things behind ranked battling and stuff like that was like, and I'm still a big Pokemon fan. Like I have a Jigglypuff with a Bloodborne hat on behind me. And like I'm gonna buy Pokopia. Like that's honestly shot up to like one of my most anticipated games of 2026.
Mosslax, dog. Dude, gotta get a Mosslax, homie.
Yeah, so cute. I'm very excited for that game, and so I'm always gonna be a fan of Pokemon. But I'm like, we gotta do better here. Like, and I think it is cool. I think the battling system seems a lot cooler, but like I am worried that it'll never make it into an actual mainline game, and they'll just abandon it until the next one. Like that's the problem. I want to see some consistency, right?
Yeah, I hope not.
Yeah,
I hope they just expand upon it.
Yeah, I think I think they're gonna maintain this kind of separate. There's the Legends line, and then there's the mainline gens. You know what I mean? I think similar though to a Final Fantasy, we got to a point where those lines started getting blurred a little bit more. Like you had a game like Final Fantasy 16, which was very much employing these Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy 7 remake battle systems. I don't think, granted, Pokemon obviously being the most profitable franchise on the face of the earth, I don't know if it is it like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But at the same time, like it is broke, you know what I mean? Because if you look at these mainline Pokemon games, again, this is someone like me who lapses for a really long time and then comes back. I remember I came back for Sword and Shield and everyone was semi like cool on it, didn't love it. And I was like, this is great. This is the game I've been waiting for a really long time, but it still wasn't perfect. And then Scarlet and Violet came and it was just a buggy fucking mess. You know what I mean? And then they implement cool things, but then other things regress. I think with the Zaza.
Yeah.
I think we're at a point where like, if this is an indication of what it can be, whether that's mainline or whether that's the Legends line or whatever, sign me up. I'm gonna be there for the next one. If this was another kind of buggy or messy launch like Scarlet and Violet, I think I would have been like, all right, I think my time is up here. You know what I mean?
I think it's tough because it is, it's like these are technically not mainline games, but like tons of people really like what they're doing here. And then we're going to go back to whatever it is that, actual Gen 10 is going to be. And people are going to be like, well, we're back to turn-based battling.
Where's the real time? Yeah.
With with a weird open world that doesn't make sense and all that stuff. But so they remind me so much of like Bethesda stuff where they like come out with a game, it's good, and then they come out with DLC and they're like, oh, this is the good stuff. and then the next game they come out with is like back to the beginning, and you're like, you didn't learn anything.
That other stuff.
What do you mean? Like Destiny did the same exact thing when they went from Destiny 1 to 2. It was like, hold on, like you didn't learn anything. And I will defend them in one thing, and it's a defense that's been floating around a little bit in the last couple of years. Is basically like these games, even including the Legends ones, they have to release on a schedule, and they cannot miss that schedule because they have to line up with an anime, with toys, with trading cards, because the video games are the smallest profit margin out of all of the stuff they make.
Yeah.
So they don't really give a shit about it because it just gets people on board, and then it gets you addicted to all the other stuff.
All of
like
it.
This beautiful merchandise that I have behind me, right? Like it's the shit that everyone's buying, and that's where the money is. So it's like, if that game's not released on time, I swear to God, like that's basically like what they're doing. And when I realized that and I put that together, and then on top of that, it's like Game Freak is not a large company when it comes to game devs. They're 200 people, which seems like a lot, but it's the entire company is 200 people. Like of actual devs, there's probably like not that many. So I will defend it, but I also will be like, I'm going to vote with my wallet here and be like, fix your shit, because you can, like, like you could. Like I came up with an idea years ago, and it's like one of my oldest YouTube videos. I don't know if it's still public anymore because I think I like delisted all my stuff, but where it came up with something very similar to ZA, and very like almost exactly what Scarlet and Violet was, where it was like you have an open world, and the biggest thing is that, which they did not capitalize on in Scarlet and Violet, is like do your shit in any order, and the gym leaders will scale with you, and the areas will scale with you. And like if you can make it through a difficult area that's like level 40 wild Pokemon, then you get to that other gym, you get rewarded for this. And like I remember playing Scarlet and Violet and being like, I had one of the team battles, like the team star battles left, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I apparently fucking missed this guy because he was level 20, and I was like, this is the last battle I'm gonna do before the Elite Four right now. Like this couldn't have scaled with me, kind of thing. Like they can do it, and they just don't. Like that's the stuff where I'm like, you could improve a lot. But what I have seen, ZA does seem good. It seems to run properly on the Switch too.
Runs very well. And I haven't even played it docked yet. I've only played it handheld, and it runs really well. I know there's some complaints about the way that the world looks, and one thing I will say is that the environments aren't like super pretty to look at. They're all a little samey. But what I will say is that the town of Lumios, the city of Lumios, it's very similar to how I felt about Avowed, where it's not wide so much as it's tall.
Cool.
And that's kind of how Lumios is. There's a lot of like levels, literally, not metaphorically. There's a lot of like levels to Lumios and things to discover. A lot of it's the same stuff. Oh, another rare candy. Oh, another freaking whatever the hell. Like a lot of it's very similar things, but you know, sometimes you'll just find like random Pokemon that you wouldn't find anywhere else on a rooftop, you know, in the corner of the town,
right.
and, you know, so it's not the prettiest world, but I think it's nicely designed, if that makes sense.
I mean, I think that meets the requirements for a lot of stuff. Like you do want to be rewarded with something that's not just useless. Like here's 10 Pokeballs kind of thing. Like, the greatest reward, right, in Pokemon is finding new Pokemon. So if they can do that and tuck them away, then I think that is a good thing. That's a very cool thing.
Absolutely. Well, guys, I'm going to put a pin in what we have been playing. I want to talk about something more important.
You?
No, I was going to go to you, Eric.
No, your thing is much more exciting, I promise.
You want to start with what I did, and then we'll get to you?
No, we can do mine. That's fine. Mine's probably shorter.
Tell us about your birthday, big dog. I want to hear all about that. What shenanigans did you get up to?
I don't get up into shenanigans anymore. I don't even really drink
shenanigans
anymore. You get older, and that shit hurts, and so I've slowed down.
A 72-hour hangover, bro.
Literally, dude. Literally. No, I went up to my family's like cabin in California. We have like a whole family cabin that we can utilize whenever we want, and just had some family come up there, and like my wife's cousins and stuff who are all like same similar age to me, and just chilled up in nice weather for 4 or 5 days, and then I got that Bloodborne hat was made for me, which is cool, but it doesn't fit my giant fucking head with all my hair. But it looks fucking great. I got a new camera. If you're wondering why my shot is a little wider, I got the Elgato Mark II, which is very nice. It's very cool. That was from my wife. I had some bomb ass food, and I looked at a really nice view for a long time. I got some Godzilla chopsticks, even though I don't use chopsticks, but they're fucking sick. And then, yeah, it was a good time. There a lot of good gifts, a lot of cool stuff. It felt nice, which is always what you want at bare minimum around your birthday, you know. But now I am the ripe old age of 32. Not very old in the grand scheme of things, but God, does it feel like it sometimes? Not that long ago, I was 27, and now I'm 32, and it's like, holy shit, what happened? But yeah,
I feel like you hit 30 and you're like, oh, I didn't know my back could ache like that.
Yes,
I didn't know my knees were cracking that loud of a sound.
Here's the thing: as a tall man, I've had those issues my whole life. I grew 13 inches in 2 summers, so
Jesus,
I was going through growing pain most of like elementary school, and I capped out my height basically freshman year of high school. So I've grown like an inch since then. And I think it was 6th grade was when I was 5'11" in 6th grade. And I was in so much body pain. And my dad, who was 6'4", he came up to me. He's like, "You're tall. Get used to it." And I was like, "Oh, thank you, Dad. Thank you for that." So there's some trade-offs. But yeah, so the joint and back pain and stuff, I'm like so used to it. Like it's unbelievable. But my friend did get me a back brace for my 30th birthday, and I shit you not, like 2 months later, I did have to use it. Like it's like I was like, damn it, man. But yeah, time goes by fast after 30. Like I literally forgot how old I was on stream the other day. Somebody was like, "Oh, happy birthday! How old are you turning?" I was like,
you stopped paying attention.
I was like 33.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had to do the math, and I was like, no, 32.
Yeah.
It's like, what? How fucking old am I?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
you definitely stopped paying attention. It's so funny though. You mentioned the growing pains, because I had the worst fucking growing pains when I was a kid, and I'm 5'6", and I'm like, what was the point of all that?
Yeah. Feel that.
Why?
Oh.
What was the point of any of that? I was miserable. What did I suffer for?
My wife is 5'6", and she also had growing
perfect.
pains, so I mean, to be fair, you didn't develop like literally you probably didn't develop 2 actual like degenerative diseases because of your growth. So it could have been worse. It could have been
that.
Worse.
I did not.
I grew so fast. Like, complete side note, though, we're not talking about fucking video games. I grew so fast. It's called Cerberus disease, and it's when you grow so fucking fast that your heel bones do not fuse together like they're supposed to as you get older. So basically, every time you step, your fucking heels separate. We didn't know about that for years, and I was in so much pain. And then they finally gave me like medical insoles, and I became like the fastest kid in my school because I was like, I basically like took off the fucking Rock Lee training shit, and it was like crazy. And then the other one is called Cerberus disease, which is my kneecaps were too small. So good shit, you know, like,
Yeah, that's all yucky, dude.
yeah. It's good now. I'm fine now. I finally, they're like, I was like, well, how do you stop the other one? They were like, yeah, that'll the Cerberus disease. They're like, oh no, it was Austin slaughter is what it's called in my knees. Cerberus disease. They're like, oh, it'll clear up over time, like fairly quickly as you age. And then when they diagnosed me with fucking Austin slaughter in my fucking knee, both of them, they're like, I was like, okay, so how long is this going to last? They're like, you're like 25. I was like 12 at the time. I was like, I have to live with this for how long? It was brutal. But
Gosh, can you imagine what Phil had to go through then? Being 6'11"?
6'11", dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. He's 6'11", dude.
I can't believe that.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild, man. He's got to duck through doors, dude.
Yeah. We'll have to ask him when he comes back on. He's currently playing Ambrosia Sky, which is what he's playing. He wanted to participate. So he logged in and he was like, this is what I've been playing.
once he gets off bed rest from his injury, though.
Yeah. He's only playing with one hand. The other one's completely shattered. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's pretty impressive. It's cool. Accessibility in Ambrosia Sky. You can play with one hand. Yeah.
Exactly.
He's actually playing it with his eyes. He has an eye tracker.
Yeah, the eye tracker.
Yeah.
He's like, clean over there.
Yeah.
Brodsky got the mind chip.
Yeah. No. Knowing Phil, that is the last fuck. You'd rather take a fucking bullet to the head.
Oh my gosh.
Rest up, Phil.
Rest up, dude. Rest up,
your
man.
hands.
We need you back. We need you back. Eric, I think it's interesting, though, that we just found out that you basically grew like a velociraptor.
That's you're not like, it's not an exaggeration, man. Like, I went from 4'11" in 3rd grade to by 6th grade, I was 5'11". Like, it was a ridiculous amount of growth. Like, it was nuts, man. Like, they knew I was going to be tall, but people were like, what the actual fuck?
Jeez, you did the same amount of growing in 2 summers that I did in like 12 years.
Most of your life. Yeah. Gianni came into high school freshman year at 4'11".
Yeah,
like, I can't wait to hit my growth. 7 inches. He had 7 more inches to go, and that was it. Capped out.
Oh my gosh, too funny. Oh Jesus. Well, I'm glad you had a fun birthday, my guy. Well, you said Bloodborne hat. Was it like a? I can barely see it.
Let me grab it.
It's like a cap or like an actual hat. Oh, you got the actual hunter's hat.
The actual fucking hunter's hat, man. Yeah, it doesn't fit fit my head very well.
Oh, well, maybe if you didn't grow so fucking much, okay?
Yeah. Well, this is my own fault. I have a pretty big head, but then I grew all this fucking hair, like, is extra thick on top of that because I have like curly hair. We're learning a lot about me today. So basically, I went from a size 7.5 head to like probably 8.25. Like, it's pretty giant now. So yeah, it doesn't fit, but it looks incredible. You know,
that is dope.
It's shout out to my buddy who made it. He literally made this. Like,
that's so sick, dude.
He told me it was going to, and I was like, oh yeah, for sure, because he's a cosplayer. And I was like, for sure. And then he actually gave it to me. I was like, holy shit, he was serious. And it looks so good. I'm so stoked. So,
what is it? Is it like EVA foam?
It is EVA foam. Yeah. It's a nice EVA foam. So it's nice and light, which is cool because I'm going to find a place. Right now, Jigglypuff's just wearing it because when I have hats, I just randomly put those. There was a JK Games hat on Jigglypuff for a long time. But this is going to be nice to hang up somewhere because it won't, I literally don't have to worry about it. It's just like weighs nothing. So it's very cool.
That's dope. But
Gianni, tell us about your cool adventures that you've been on.
Oh man. Well, and coincidentally also saw some Bloodborne hats over the last 9-10 days. Yeah. So I went to Europe. I have a cousin who lives my closest cousin. I mean, he's like my big brother. Mm-hmm. He lives in Norway. He moved to Norway probably about like 8 years ago, I want to say. So I go out and visit every so often. He's kind of just getting started on his content journey in kind of a similar fashion to the way I am. And we were talking about, planning something to go out, and we eventually kind of settled on, me going out to visit. So it purely started out as like kind of a family thing. But being as this is my business now, I was like, I just out of curiosity, I wonder if there's any like cool little games things that I could go out and shoot. And just coincidentally enough, he's in right outside of Oslo, Norway. So, it was a quick Google of, game events in Oslo, Norway. And sure enough, it was, the same exact weekend, 7th, 8th, 9th that I was going out is the biggest gaming convention in Norway wild. The exact same weekend. So
like the chances is
like it was so coincidental, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna check it out. It was kind of more of it was interesting. It was very much like an all-purpose kind of nerd culture event. So it was cosplay, it was gaming, it was anime, it was movies, there's all kinds of stuff. But I really wanted to go because I wanted to try out some new demos for some new titles, network with some devs, which I was able to do. I found one game, which I'm blanking on the name. I'll look it up here in a second, and I'll put some B-roll as well in the video. But that I ended up playing like twice, kind of this pixel art top down. It very, very much reminded me of Tunic, and that was like my game of the show. It was called I think it was like Fated Burial or Burial of Fate. I'll have to look it up here in a second, but played a lot of really cool game demonstrations. I also this is, by the way, the event's called Spill Expo in Oslo. Really cool event. So if you're ever happen to find yourself in Norway around November, it's a really cool event to go check out. But there was a full Expedition 33 and Baldur's Gate panel with some of the voice actors, which is something that's like really near and dear to my heart. My dad's a voice actor. It's something that I've always kind of played around with. But Rich Keeble and Billy Fulford Brown, which was Minoko and Sophie from Expedition 33. They were there doing Q&A, as well as Emma, Gregory, and Andrew Wincott. I apologize, I don't remember the names of the characters that they play in Baldur's Gate 3. But it was really cool. It was a nice like hour-long voiceover Q&A, and it was cool because it was very much like we're talking about the game, but they were also really diving into their process as voice actors, how they get into role, how they interpret characters, how they interpret lines and things like that. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of a two-part. Let's talk about the game and also talk about our process. It was really cool. I got an F1 simulator and totally ate it really, really hard. It was not good.
Did it shake you like crazy?
Yeah, dude, it was That's insane. Awesome. Also, I forgot I don't know how to drive manual.
That's kind of important.
I was like, do you have an automatic option? And the Norwegian guy was like, no.
Stupid American.
Yeah, no, I was like, okay, I'll see myself out.
That's funny.
But it was a really good time. A lot of really cool cosplay. I saw a guy in a sick ass full hunter's garb from Bloodborne, like full head to toe. Another guy was that I saw was Flack from Borderlands 3, and it was fully kitted out. It was really, really cool. I picked up some merch while I was there. I got a little pin, got like some pins for my bag. I got some keychains for my daughters. They had a bunch of K-pop Demon Hunters is like such a cultural phenomenon right now that every booth had something K-pop Demon Hunters, which was great. But they had a cosplay tournament, Mario Kart tournament. They had a Fortnite tournament, and they had like a few stages there. But it was really cool. It was a really, really good time.
That's awesome. Did you who did you like talk to like dev wise?
So I talked to I should have pulled up.
I tried to go to the website and it was all in a foreign language, so I was like, I'm gonna dip out of this. I can't, because I was trying to find that game. What did you say I'll
tell you right now. Hold on one second. It is called like Fated Burial or something of that sort. This was like my game of the show, and I feel shitty because I'm blanking on the name of it, but I'll tell you right now. And it was one of those things too where like I don't think the devs even realize how dope their game was.
Oh, really?
Because they were so humble about it. You know what I mean? Like not in any way braggadocious or like. And I was like, do you guys realize how sick this game,
like how cool game is? You know what's on your hands right now?
Yeah. I also talked to the developers of Brew. And I apologize, I don't know the developer name, but Brew is a game that just came out. I know Josh Highscore Weekly posted some impressions of it. It's kind of a roguelite potion crafting game where you play like there's this mouse that's crafting different potions to make your way through like I guess it's a potion crafting school or whatever. It was really that was a really fun time. It was like a third party.
Face the challenges of the tower as you enroll into the Alchemy Academy in this action-packed third-person roguelike. It's made by Snowleaf Studios.
Snowleaf, that's right. I was able to chat up with them. They were super cool people.
This seems beautiful.
Yeah, and it was the day after the game release, so they were really excited about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a demo too. I'm gonna add that.
There is a demo. It's a fun time, and again, it's like third person. You kind of like, I don't know if it's a gun or a wand or something, but on top of that, you're crafting these different elemental potions that will kind of assist you on the way. So like my favorite, there was like a wind potion that if you threw the wind potion, it would create this giant tornado that would suspend your enemies in air. It was really neat. Yeah, it was really cool. And the game that I am thinking of is called Flooded Burials. I knew it was Burials.
You got the F. That was
yeah.
Right.
It's called Flooded Burials, and it is by Emily's. Yeah.
Oh my God, the art style.
Yes. Goodness. Yes. So shout out to them because this game was actually the first demo that I played, and it was a hell of a tone setter because the combat was really, really fun. It controlled, it was clearly like an alpha build. So there was very much, you still had your kind of like, menu option here and like little like things for the devs. But the combat was really, really cool. The art style was really, really cool. It controlled really well. Again, it was one of those things I'm like, I don't even think they realize how dope of a game they have on their hands.
This is, it looks like Hyperlight Drifter. That's the It's because Tunic is.
That's exactly what I told them. That's exactly what I told them.
Because Tunic is a little bit more tilted. This is like almost directly above, but just slightly isometric.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this looks insane.
Yeah.
Like it looks like they took Sea of Stars, the parry system in Sea of Stars, and just like implemented that. Looks insane. Wow, this looks really good. I added that to my wish list. That's super cool looking.
Yeah, and go wish list it on Steam because that was easily my game of the show. It was incredible.
Put that.
Did they give a release date?
No, I did ask them because I was like, hey, if there's anything in the way of pre-release, excuse me, codes or anything like that. And the way they made it sound was that this is probably a 2026, more than likely push to 2027. Don't hold me to it. Obviously, I'm not the dev, but that was kind of the vibe that I was picking up, was that this may not be ready in time for December of next year. But right now, the tentative was 2026.
I'm sure there'll be, there is a demo out currently, so you can add that to your library for now. But that looks great.
It looks really good.
Yeah, it was really cool. There was another game I played called Rushhaug. Rushaug. Rushaug. It's kind of a side-scrolling game where you play it's essentially like an alternate universe where like about the end of I think the Cold War, but you play as a cat. Yeah, it was very bizarre.
How do you spell that again? Rush what?
Rushaug. Rushaug Feline Warfare.
Okay. Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah. Super weird and super goofy, but it was a cool time. The devs were super funny. They were really cool. We were chatting up with them for a while.
This looks very funny.
Yeah, so Rushaug was pretty
trailer's
funny.
Insane.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of cats watching a nuclear bomb go off. That's Oh my God. This is like peak like Newgrounds, it looks like a Newgrounds game.
Yes, maybe. Exactly. Oh
my God.
And then there's one more I wanted to shout out. It was, bear with me here. Yeah, I played F1, but that was, I think, like an older title. It was called Jet Runner. This game was called Jet Runner. It had same thing. It had just released, I think, on the 8th, the day that I was there. And it was kind of like a parkour time trial game. Unfortunately, I didn't have a controller available to me, so it made it a little difficult for me to play on keyboard and mouse because I'm just not used to it. There was for the record, there was a controller there. I think it was just being used by one of the devs at the time. But this was also a really, really cool game. And again, it had like a cool, like cell shaded art style to it. They were really stoked about it. And it was also neat because there wasn't like one path through each of the time trials. So you could kind of approach each time trial in different ways, which I thought was cool. So you can kind of figure out which path makes the most sense for you.
This looks like a mix between the Titanfall 2 time trial thing and Neon White.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, very much like that. But it was cool. You got a slide, you had an air dash, you had a wall run. You could feel, again, even though I wasn't accustomed to that control scheme, I could feel just like the mobility of it all. Very pretty environments, this kind of like cyberpunk look to it with a cell shaded layer on top. So I also played, which wasn't a new game, but I had never played it. But Bandai Namco was there, so I got to kick it at the Bandai Namco booth, and play Rogue Prince of Persia, which I had never played. Again, same thing. That one there was no controller available, so I was kind of beholden to the keyboard and mouse. But it was still a fun time. I didn't get to play too much of it, but it was one of those ones where I'm like, I know this came out earlier this year, or maybe end of last year, that I had always been wanting to check out. So I got to check out Rogue Prince of Persia, but that's not necessarily a newer release. But yes, good time. If you get a chance to go to Spiel Expo, it's a 3-day event. There's a whole lot of dope merch. And there's also a big retro community out there. So there was a lot of retro vendors with retro machines that you could buy, which was also really cool. Dude, I saw game consoles from before I was born on display, which was really neat. And they had them usable for you to just walk up and try out. So there was like a lot of like Atari 2600 and things like that. And I'm like, I've never even touched one of these things. So it was really, really neat to check them out.
Well, 2026 we'll be big enough to have a sponsored.
Yes.
Content Mill goes to Norway.
Gotta manifest it by now.
Bring your jacket because it is fucking cold.
Do I not look like I'm made for the cold? I live in fucking Arizona, but I look like I should be up in the mountains.
Good, definitely a good time, and was able to, aside from that, spend some time with some family and go hang out in the city of Oslo. Is always a good time. It's gorgeous there. So, But yeah, guys, I think we'll put a pin in it there. Nate, have you done anything fun you want to shout out? Have you gone to Norway recently?
I haven't been to Norway. That's been. For my graduation present from high school, we went all across Europe. Started in Rome and then went up through Germany and Austria. Yeah,
very cool.
Oh, that's dope, dude. Italy, I've still never been to Italy. It's definitely a bucket list trip for me. I want to go back to the motherland for sure.
Motherland,
yeah. I was like, the Italian hasn't been to Italy.
I know, it's shameful, right?
Yeah.
But guys, I think we're gonna put a pin in it there. It has been a long episode. Thank you for hanging out, Phil. Get better, man. Get better.
Rest up your hand.
Rest up your hand, dude. You know what I mean? Enough Mars first. What else? Ambrosia Sky.
Yeah. If you guys like these weird ass episode where there wasn't really like anything going on, let us know, because we can do these occasionally, because they're nice and easy for us.
Yeah.
I
don't have to plan as much.
Yeah, just to do these little like recaps of like, oh, what have they been doing for the last month? Like, somehow Nate went this whole episode without mentioning the fact that the Dead Space helmet is right fucking behind him.
Oh yeah. There it is. Yeah.
Pointing at stuff behind you is fucking hard, huh? So hard. But yeah, like if you guys want us to do more episodes like this where we just kind of do like, oh, what the hell have they been up to? Because if you just know us from this and you're not following us on their other stuff, that's totally fine. But you might want to know what's going on. So let us know, because this was fun to just be able to talk about, get to know each other a little bit more too. Because like, you know, me and Phil, I think, were the only ones coming into this that like knew each other really. So
yeah.
And that was just, you know, I've known Phil for like a year.
Yeah. Yeah. You were watching us become homies in real time. Like just for the record.
And these episodes are helpful for that.
Yes.
But yeah, so definitely let us know. But Gianni, do you want to do?
Yeah, no, let us know. Let us know what you're up to, what games you're playing in the comments below. And like Eric said, if you don't already, give us a follow on Discord, because that's where we post a lot more about us stuff outside of all the games things. That's cody.pika.page. Fellas, before we get out of here, I always like to ask, what are you up to? What do you got planned? What do you want to plug? Nate, we'll start with you, my friend.
Yeah, like I said last time, the biggest thing is starting in 2026. Every month, doing a new helmet and a new game and doing a giveaway. And I'm hoping to start spinning that up pretty soon. I want to get ahead of it where I'm hopefully making a helmet before I actually start the game. Because just doing this one, I recognize like, ooh, yeah, time management, it's a little rough when I have to build an entire one and finish a game. It's not the easiest. And then next episode, I'm actually cooking up something pretty cool for our next one. So that's look for that.
Do you know what game you're playing for like your first one? Is that revealed yet?
I'm still choosing between 2 or 3. There's a chance it's Outer Worlds 2 because I have that downloaded. I just haven't started, and there's a lot of really cool helmets in 1, so I expect there's going to be a lot in 2.
Do you plan on doing, so it's a new helmet every month, so you're going to beat a game a month, basically?
I'm going to try.
Okay. Because I was like, Outer Wilds, I know like if you did like Titanfall, right? That's like a 12-hour campaign.
Yeah.
That's pretty quick.
That'll be easy. But
like the Halo series are pretty quick.
It might not always be a campaign game that's I'm playing through the entire story of whatever. It might be, hey, we're jumping into a fun multiplayer game and get some other people in there and then just make stuff from that. Yeah.
That would be fun. Yeah, that'll be fun to keep an eye on. So yeah, if you want updates on all the stuff that he's doing, you have to go in the Discord for that. Is there anything else you're doing?
No, it's all helmets.
Yeah,
it takes up all of my time.
I was gonna say, man,
all helmets all the time.
It's a lot of work, man. A lot of work.
And Nate, slight tease for next episode. We have a very, very exciting topic coming up on our next episode. So make sure you tune in for that. So thank you for bringing that up. Eric, what about you? Where can the people find you? What are you working on? What do you want to plug?
Mr. the Human everywhere except for Twitch, which is Mr. the Human Plays, which I stream every Monday and Wednesday, which pretty soon will probably, after the holidays, I'll probably switch to Saturdays instead of Wednesdays. But moving forward, I'm going to be doing, I forgot, I mentioned playing Toem, but I'm actually going to start Ambrosia Sky. I actually just bought it while we were recording. And that's a game that I'm very excited for. Phil brought that up and I was like, holy shit, that game looks good. So I'm going to be streaming that. Hopefully it's not too long. And then pretty soon, the next free Saturday I will be back in Bloodborne doing the DLC, which I have never done successfully. So that'll be fun to get me through there. But I think I'll be all right based off of my burning through Bloodborne in like 4 streams. I think I'll be okay there. But yeah, if you want to keep track on all that stuff, I used to be more active on Blue Sky, but now honestly it's like come find me in the Discord. That's where a lot of updates are. And then if you want to follow me for completely nonsensical Umamusumi shit, just go to TikTok. That's where all that is. And then if you want to watch my VODs, it's on my YouTubes. So if you've missed my Twitch stuff and you're like, oh, I want to go see the Fear the Spotlight, both of those VODs are all on YouTube. Go check it out. Johnny,
Yes,
what about
absolutely.
you? Tell us, where are you?
Oh my God. You can find me, Gianni DeCrossa, on all socials. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Threads, Blue Sky. If depending on when this is going up, I am currently still super editing my Norway vlog. So please look forward to please look forward to my Norway vlog. I plan on doing one kind of like mega cut, as well as one that's specifically around the expo. I'll also be back to my regularly scheduled streaming schedule. I said schedule twice. Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will most likely be starting Dispatch, maybe, on Monday. I don't know. I don't know if I want to skip out on all those cool licensed songs. So we'll see. We're still playing it by ear. I'm also working on a review for Redacted, which I get to say. And that will be dropping on December 4th, December 5th. I'll post it in the Discord. You'll know exactly what day I'll be dropping that review, and that'll be on my YouTube channel at Gianni DeCrosta. Otherwise, guys, make sure you go give the Content Mill a follow, a subscription here on YouTube, on all your RSS feeds, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TikTok. We're throwing up those shorts. You better check those shorts, baby. Instagram, we're on there as well. Make sure you give us a follow. Make sure you give us a sub. Gentlemen, it has been a fine evening with you guys. Phil, come back to us soon, our sweet baby boy. I will see you guys next time. Tell the people bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.